Sound a little bit rough. I was super sick last week. I still, like, I'm not fully over it, so I sound a little nasally and gross, but it's not gonna stop me from giving you a favorites video. You know I love me some favorites videos. And like every time I find something good throughout the month, I'm always like, oh, this is so good in the favorites video. Like, I hope that you know when I am purchasing things and doing this, I literally think about what you guys might want to see in my favorites videos. So here we are. Welcome to the April favorites videos. I cannot believe it's already the end of April. Like, how are we a third of the way through this year? That's crazy to me. So anyways, grab yourself a snack. Let's get on into the favorites. We're gonna start off with the beauty category because this is the category I know not everyone loves. So if you don't love beauty stuff and makeup, girly pop things, just skip on past this part. You know, recently I have been on the freaking hunt for a skin tint that was durable, reliable, not too orange, sweat proof, didn't clog my pores. Like, the list was endless. And I talked about in my last favorites video the Versed one because that one has an SPF 40. Now I am self-tanned in this video and I'm darker than I was in that previous one, so that color doesn't quite match me. And in that favorites video, actually, I was testing out this Milk Hydro Grip skin tint, and I got this shade 7, which, to be honest with you, that's like a darker shade for me that matches this tan, but my normal skin I probably would say is like a 6 maybe, but I only have this one. And I have been using this pretty much every single day, but my only issue was that I didn't like that it didn't have SPF in it because I wanted that like one and done kind of product, you know? And so actually you guys put me onto this. This is the Kopari Sun Glaze Sheer Setting Mist with SPF 50, sweat and water resistant, okay? Now I've already applied this morning, but I'm gonna show you for demonstration purposes so you can see this glow. And I know for a fact that it makes my skin so glowy and just dewy. Yesterday when I was coaching the kids class, one of the dads came up to me and he's like looking at my skin and he's like, your skin is extra glowy today. And I was like, oh, thanks, sir, pop off. But I did apply this just before the class because I go outside with the kids. I like that you can reapply this. So the pros of this in combination with this, right? They don't mix poorly. They mix really nicely. I'm gonna show you right now. Do a hefty layer, okay? I like a layer. I love it. Now, look at that glow, okay? It's not like how you would think a sunscreen spray would be. It's not very thick, heavy, wet feeling. It's a very, very, very fine mist, which I love. So it doesn't interfere with the makeup that you have on, and you can reapply it throughout the day, and it just kind of like brightens up your skin a little bit, and you're getting the SPF 50 benefits, which is amazing because you guys also recommended the same brand of this, but like the base sunscreen, which is SPF 30, and I need all the SPF I can possibly get on this noggin, okay? Because we are not in our skin tanning. Well, we kind of are. Sometimes we're outside tanning, but not in my face, not in my face. We're not ruining the face skin because, you know, I just had my laser done, which that wasn't in last week's vlog because I lost the footage from that week. But either way, I had that ultra clear laser done last week. I made a video on it on TikTok and Instagram. Loved it. The process is definitely a bit long for downtime if you're someone who's looking for a laser, but I will say that I really like the results of that laser in particular, like compared to a lot of the other ones I've done in the past. But anyway, that's a different story. To the SPF, I love, love, love this SPF setting mist slash glow. It just kind of does a lot of the things I'm looking for in a setting spray. My one and only complaint about this product is it obviously smells kind of like sunscreen and you cannot get it in your eyes. Ask me how I know. Burns the shit out of your eyes if you get it in your eyes. So you really have to like let it dry before you open your eyeballs. Be careful if you are using that, but I'm telling you, it has not made me break out. It's such a nice sunscreen alternative to the like thick goopy sunscreen underneath. Then along with that, because you know I love a dew product, this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops Blush. It's the blush I have on today. I have the Milk Hydro Grip, this blush, and that setting spray, and that's it, nothing else on the face. And I love this blush. I love the color. This is the only color I've tried, and it is Watermelon Flush. So it's kind of like that pinky bright color. I really like that darker deep one, like the reddish mauve, but I just don't know if that's great for summertime. I think that would be a good fall color. And I just love the way that this product sits on the skin. You know that I've absolutely ridden that NARS Orgasm bottle like to the depths. I've had that for years and I can't get rid of it because they don't make that exact like formula anymore. And so honestly, this is pretty similar, not necessarily color wise, but the way that it melts on your skin, it blends beautifully, and it's so long lasting. Like a lot of times blush for me doesn't really last throughout the day. So I love that this is so like bright without being like powdery, you know, and it doesn't like settle in your fine lines and wrinkles and everything. And it's just such a nice hydrating blush, obviously because of the niacinamide in it. And it's like just it's a dream to blend. So this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, I don't know if this is a new scent from Sol de Janeiro in 87. I want to say I don't think it is, but I'm not entirely sure because bro, they keep coming out with the new scents and I can't keep up. My top scent flavors of this spray, the body spray, are the purple one and the original like pistachio salted caramel one. That one smells amazing, but this is kind of a nice little switch up, and I really don't ever stray from those two, but this to me is like summer. I don't know what it is about this smell that I love so much. It's just like, it's kind of musky, which is what I normally like vanilla, musk, kind of warm scents. But then it also has like a freshness of ocean, kind of. I don't know. It's such a great mix, and I love this for the summertime. I just use this body spray like every single morning before I go to the gym because I'm not wasting like good perfume, you know? So I just love this. It's so light. It doesn't really last super long, I will say that, but that's obviously because it's like a less expensive perfume. It's more of like a body spray, but I spray it everywhere. I spray it in my hair. I spray it on my clothes. It's great. I love this. I love Sol de Janeiro. I love their body creams too, but I still have been in a chokehold with that EOS lotion, the one I showed you guys in my last favorites video. I love that, along with the body oil that they have and the shaving lotion, the shaving oil. They've just been coming out with everything. So I love that. And I will say though, in terms of like switching up scents, I love this one. All right, that's all I have for the beauty category. Not a ton this month, thankfully, but I do have some exciting news with Driven because they are reformulating, rebranding in a very good way, and I'm so excited about it. So I really like their pre-wad. I've been alternating between the Buff Chick Cotton Candy pre, which is fire, but it does have caffeine in it. And prior to them changing the pre-wad to having a version that's caffeine free and just regular caffeinated, it's 250 milligrams. We had Flow, a non-stim pre-workout, which I talked about in my favorites video and loved it. I still have 2 bottles, thank God. But they reformulated for pre-wad to have an option of caffeine free. And I really need to chill on my caffeine intake because as someone who takes Adderall, like I really should not be having that much caffeine in a day on a daily basis. So I've been switching to the caffeine-free pre-wad in the morning, especially because like I have my coffee when I wake up, so I don't necessarily want to have an additional 250 milligrams of caffeine like an hour after to go to the gym, right? So this is Island Charge. It's more of like a pineapple, like refreshing kind of citrusy. It's not coconut, it's just like citrus pineapple, I would say. Love it, absolutely amazing. It doesn't make you feel crazy, and more importantly, it doesn't upset my stomach, because that's the big thing with supplements and why I've stayed with Driven for so many years, because everything that they have is very clean ingredients, third-party tested. It's also heat filtered, which is different. Like I don't know a ton about the heat filtration, but it's something I don't see a lot of in the supplement industry. So it doesn't hurt my stomach. And I'm really not even like a pre-workout girly anyway, but I will tell you, this new flavor, Rocket Pop, which interesting choice for the color combination here. I think they should have done like red and blue, because you're thinking of like the traditional Rocket Pop, like popsicle, right? But anyway, it's very, very good. Love this flavor so much. It does have the beta alanine in it, obviously, so if you don't like having the like tingly feeling, you won't like it. But if you're somebody who needs a pre-workout that's not like crazy extreme to where you feel like you're gonna like itch your face off, but you still want a little bit of caffeine and you like a Rocket Pop flavor, this is the way to go. It's fire. It's so good. And I love that they're kind of just like rebranding with a new sleeker look. I just think this looks nicer, which is completely irrelevant to the supplement itself, but either way, it's really good. Also, just as a side note, if you're an endurance athlete, we do have just regular carbs, which I didn't even know after all these years. We have like a glycodrive supplement, which is just like a carb powder, but it's unflavored. So that's great if you're somebody who needs to add like an additional like carb source during your endurance-based training or high rocks or whatever the case may be. That is such a great thing. I just bought it for Lainey specifically for her like high rock style and like firefighter training workouts and everything. And it's really good. So let me know if you want the details on that, but that's my only supplement favorites of the month. Next up, we have a sparkling water from the brand Ora Bora. Never heard of this before. I found this randomly in this like specialty grocery store that we went in for some type of steak. I think Lainey was cooking steak. I forget what we were making. I saw the flavor raspberry vanilla, which top tier. That so far is my favorite. There's a ton of other ones that I haven't tried yet, but I bought the multi-pack of cactus rose, lavender, cucumber. That one's also good too. The ginger one, and then there's a strawberry basil. Don't love the strawberry basil, but the cactus rose is just an interesting flavor of sparkling water, and it's very like, it's exactly how you would think it would taste. I don't really know what cactus tastes like, but like it does have a very floral kind of like tea taste to it, and it's just very crisp and fresh tasting. I don't know, but like I try a lot of sparkling waters. I love sparkling waters, and this raspberry vanilla and then the lavender cucumber, they just have very unique taste to them. And the raspberry vanilla one in particular uses real vanilla extract, where a lot of them have like that sucralose-y kind of taste to them. So they're not like, I don't know, they just taste very fake sugary. It's just like such a different flavor that I don't normally see in sparkling water brands, you know? So if you like unique things like that, you will probably really like these. I also want to give a mention to these freaking celebration pretzels from Trader Joe's. I grabbed them on a whim when I was in Trader Joe's the other day, and I ate the whole bag in like 2 days. They're so good. I don't know. I love a yogurt covered pretzel. I don't know. I just love it. I love the sprinkles. I love the Trader Joe's pretzels. They always have such good ones. The animal crackers, I know I've mentioned these last year when they came out, the like lemon animal cracker with sprinkles on them. Fire. Trader Joe's has definitely some hit or miss items, but I would say that their like spring snacks are usually pretty good. Next up, we have some shoes, and I'm super pumped about this because I have been rocking these type of Nobles, right, since like, I don't know, 2019. These are like their original ones that pretty much every CrossFitter you see will have. They're just like very standard CrossFit style shoe. They're super like stable, so they don't have a ton of flexibility in them, but they're really good for bodybuilding days. A lot of where you're standing lifting, you can do Olympic lifting in these. You can, I wouldn't say you could run in them. You could for like short distances, but obviously as you can see, they're pretty flat. I would just say that like if you're somebody who needs a well-rounded CrossFit shoe, for most Metcons, this is like the OG staple, right? Well, recently I decided to try a slightly different one, and I am pleasantly surprised because you know how they have like the all-day knit trainers or all-day mesh or something like that. I'll put the proper one up here on the screen because I can't think of which one it is. But the other ones look similar to this, and they don't fit the same. And I don't love the fit of the ones that have like the mesh ankle, because they don't have as much support. You know what I mean? Like obviously the reason why I like these is for the support, and you do have a firm like base here. And then these are not, they're very flexible. Like they're super, super light. You can actually kind of like see through them a little bit, but they still have that like supportive base and the supportive ankle, but they're significantly lighter and significantly more like flexible. Obviously you can see I've been wearing the heck out of them this month. They're already dirty. That's my thing with white shoes. I love white shoes, but I mess them up so quickly. But anyway, they are very, very comfortable. They don't rub my heel. That's the only reason why I've never really been a Nike person, because I have wider feet and Nike just rubs the back of my heel no matter what Nike it is. I don't know. I can't get into them. But like the Metcons, a lot of people say that the Metcons are comparable to these ones of Noble. But I will say that this style in my opinion, is both good for like an everyday kind of wear and also for Metcons that especially have running or maybe a little bit more like box jumps, things where you're kind of on your feet, double unders like that. I would feel so much better doing a workout that had a lot of double unders, box jumps in these shoes than these. And I just feel like it's kind of good to have like the mix of both, you know, like you have these shoes for your everyday lifting, deadlifting, bodybuilding, but then these are more cardio based Metcon shoes. So love, 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 because it's been a minute since I had some new Nobles. Okay, this is such like a niche issue that I wonder if any of you also deal with, but when I sleep at night and I'm a side sleeper, and side note, ADHD ass, my mattress review update situation, I promise I will update you on that. I've been kind of posting TikToks and videos here and there, but I actually need to return the mattress again for the one that I got, so this will now be the third mattress. I have problems, okay? I understand, but yes, I will keep you updated on that. That's not gonna be in this video, probably the next one. Anyways, I sleep on my side, and if my knees are touching and I don't have something like in between my knees, I have the worst like IT band pain. My hips and my back hurt. I know it's getting old. I know. But I always would just take like an extra pillow and kind of like shove it in between my knees when I sleep on my side. And there's like this pillow that is specifically for that, but I found it to be too big and I didn't necessarily need like a pregnancy body pillow. And so I was just kind of like browsing around on the Amazon as I'd be doing, and I found this like cooling small, it's just like a regular size pillow, like a queen size, you know, but it has cooling on both sides because apparently this is a problem where like when people buy cooling pillows, it's only cooling on one side, and like that defeats the purpose because you want to flip it in the middle of the night. Anyways, so I found a double-sided cool pillow that is thinner, and it comes like really, really rolled up, and you think it's gonna be like this thin, but it expands to like this, and it is the best leg pillow I've ever had. Again, I know this is a niche thing, but like I'm very picky about my leg pillows. I'm very picky about my pillows in general, but like that pillow is a specific pillow, you know, like how we have spoons that are for certain things. I just love this pillow, and it was super cheap on Amazon, so I figured I'd throw it in this video because I've been sleeping with it all month and I love it, and I love that it's cool on both sides. And then lastly, I don't have this jar anymore because I ate all of it, but I didn't know that Hummus Fit had protein dough, like it's called buff dough, and I got the Oreo one that had that giant Oreo on top. It was in my full day of eating Instagram reel thing that I posted last week, and although I would say the consistency is less like dough and more like a very thick pudding, I think the taste was awesome. They nailed it. It did not have that gross like aftertaste or super strong stevia taste to it as well. It was so good. And the macros were pretty good on it, honestly, because the serving size was a lot. It was like 3 ounces was a serving. So if you just needed like a little something to maybe like mix into your Ninja Creamy or to dip your fruit into, I did that. I dipped strawberries into it one night. So fire. And I didn't even know that was a thing. So absolutely love that. And they also just came out with their flatbread. It was like a Philly cheesesteak flatbread, and it's different than the other flatbreads they've had. It's almost kind of like a naan bread. Like it's super thick and it was rounded. So good. I had no expectations for that because I think I told you guys I primarily use them for like the bulk prep, like with their chickens, and then I'll keep like the folds and some of the snacks. Obviously the muffins, those are my favorite hands down. But like I just wanted to try it because it looked really good, and I love a Philly cheesesteak. Fire. It was so good, and macros were also on point, so I loved that this month. And I think that's pretty much it. I still have not gotten my hands on the Dubai chocolate muffin because every time I go to order it, it's sold out. So hopefully maybe next month I'll show you guys that. But my muffin staples still remain the same. And thank you so much to everyone who has also joined on the 8-week bodybuilding advanced program. I'm so excited about that. You guys are crushing it in that program if you've signed up for it. I love seeing all the progress. I'll just, toss it in here at the end because like a little shameless plug. plug. My 8-week advanced bodybuilding program is also available just for like a one-time purchase if you don't want to subscribe to the app, but you always get a free week if you do. I upload workouts weekly, and I just love the little like community that we've been building over there. So that's pretty much it for this month's April favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and let me know what kind of things I should try for the upcoming month, because we're getting into summer and I'm so excited. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have an awesome Monday, and I will see you in next week's video.